What's going on, everyone? So the Lakers are still in the ninth seed currently. They are 30 and 26 on the season. As you can see, they are only 2 games back of the Sacramento Kings, which they play Sacramento twice in the month of March and early March. Lakers have to win both of those games. They win both of those games, bare minimum. They should, hopefully, they maintain pace, should end up in that 8th seed. So that will be very important, those 2 games. But as you can see, they are 3.5 games out of the 5th seed. Now, that is definitely something that they could catch up and make. However, it's not easy, right? Because you have to win, but also these other teams have to lose. And as you can see, those other teams aren't losing. Lakers are on a 3-game win streak. Phoenix is on a 2-game win streak. The Pelicans are on a 3-game win streak. Dallas is on a 6-game win streak. And the Sacramento Kings are on a 1-game, not a win streak yet, but 1 game, right? So, look, the Lakers have been much better, much improved, especially with the current starting 5 of D'Lo, Reeves, Rui, LeBron, and AD. Their offense has been one of the top offenses in the league. They still have maintained a pretty decent defensive rating, being 11th in defense during this stretch. They are currently 6-1 in the month of February. They got 5 more games coming up, and all 5 of those games are very winnable games. Right? They have 2 games that are absolute, like, you should and must win those games in the San Antonio Spurs and the Washington Wizards. But then you got the Warriors, the Suns, and the Clippers, right? They're going to be tough games, don't get me wrong, but all 3 of those games are very winnable. You've beaten all 3 of those teams, especially the Suns and the Clippers, multiple times already. Go get those wins, especially against a team like the Suns that you're ahead of or that you're behind of. Clippers, they're probably not going to catch the Clippers, but they need to keep distance from the Warriors, so that's an important win. And the Phoenix Suns, again, you're trying to catch Phoenix. So how do you catch Phoenix? By beating them, right? Because then that would give you another full game ahead, right? So say they played them tomorrow. Well, right now they're 3.5 games back. Now they'd only be 2 games back because that half game, they finished with the same record. The Lakers have the tiebreaker. They'd be able to pull ahead. So they'd only be 2 games behind the Phoenix Suns. And they have tiebreakers against teams like the Suns, the Pelicans. Again, they beat the Kings twice. And guess what? Now they got the tiebreaker against Sacramento. These are things that are very important, very significant, and that they need to kind of maintain. Because when the dominoes fall into place and everything is where it is, those tiebreakers could really matter and could very well be important. Now, you got a big push coming ahead. Lakers have a ton of momentum. Hopefully, this All-Star break doesn't kind of halt that momentum. I do think that it's very beneficial. Everyone kind of gets to rest their minds, rest their bodies, kind of get themselves together, get themselves right, and then get ready for a big push to the back half of the season. You got 26 games left, right? But what's the magic number for the Lakers? How many of those games, again, 26 games left for the end of the season, how many do they need to get to the 6th seed? Now, I personally think and have said that I believe they're going to need around 45 wins, which would mean that they need to win 15 out of the next 26. That gives them 11-game cushion to lose. Obviously, I like more wins than that. I thought they'd be a 48 to 50 win team. That's kind of hard for them to get to now because they basically have to win 18 of the 26 games. Not impossible. They could very well do it. But I think 45 is a very realistic number based on the schedule, based on the way things shape up. I think that they can win these games. February is going to be a real kind of the rest of February, I think, is going to tell us a lot, right? Because if they go 4-1 to finish out February, then Lakers are in good shape, great shape, right? Because now you only need to go 1 game over 500. Because at that point, you'd have 21 games left. You only need to win 11 more games. You just got to go 11-10 the rest of the stretch. Now, if they end up going like 3-2 or something like that, well, now it just makes things more difficult. So we'll see how they close out February, how they look post this All-Star break. Month of March is tough. Month of March is very tough. But I do believe that the Lakers can really pull ahead and really do continue to right this ship. But again, the magic number is 45. How is that compared? Because again, that's just my opinion. I think that they'll need to win around 45 games. But how has that stacked up the last few years? Well, let's take a look at it. So last year, this is last year's standings. The Lakers were the 7th seed with 43 wins. The 4th seed was the Phoenix Suns, and they had 45 wins. So based on that, I mean, 45 wins could get you the 4 seed. Now, I don't think it'll get you the 4 seed this year. It could maybe get you the 5 seed if you get 45 wins, but the 4 seed, I mean, that's the Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets only need to win like 9 more games the rest of the way, and they beat that total. So I don't think that that'll be the case to get the 4 seed, but it could maybe get you the 5th seed or the 6th seed. The goal is to at least get number 6. You have to bare minimum get the 6th seed. So if you can go and total up those wins, get around, like I said, 45, then I think that should put you in good shape. Now, however, if you look at the previous year, so the 2021-2022 season, Lakers, 1, didn't make the playoffs, but 2, it took 46 wins just to get to the 7th seed. So it was 44 wins, I believe, was the 8th seed. So 46 wins, if you have this kind of tight race, then, I mean, it could still end up getting them the 7th or 8th seed, right? Which is why I kind of wanted the Lakers to get around 48 wins, because I figured, I said this early in the season, right? Or before the season began, I was like, I think the Lakers will get 48 to 45 wins, and I thought that they'd be somewhere somewhere between the 3 and the 5 seed, right? Because I figured that, 1, the Lakers would prioritize health and just kind of getting everybody right going into the postseason over really trying to push heavy for like the 1 seed or something like that. And so I figured you get 48 wins, you're probably bare minimum the 5th, maybe at worst the 6th seed, but you'll at least be a top 6 team. And again, if you're going off for 2 years ago, took 48 wins to be the 6th seed. Now, this year just seems a lot closer to the previous year, where it was kind of like basically 42 to 45 wins got you in the top 8. Just because, I mean, if you look at how everything's shaped up, right, things are very top heavy. But then as you start trickling down, everything's really tight. And so you're probably going to have several teams that are around like the 44 to 45 range that are going to be in that like 5 through 8 spot. So if the Lakers can get to the 45, I don't think that it'll be something like it was 2 years ago where like you're going to have to win 46, 47 games. But it would be nice if the Lakers could, because then you don't have to worry about it, right? The Lakers do their job and they win, 10 more games than they need to, then that's good, right? That's really good, because now the Lakers are in good shape. They don't have to worry about it. They control, in my opinion, control their own destiny. Obviously, other teams have to lose, but I do believe the Lakers are talented enough, are good enough, and can win enough games to where it won't matter what the other teams do. We'll be able to outpace them. At least the few teams that are ahead of us. Again, we're not catching the Timberwolves. We're not catching the Thunder or the Clippers or the Nuggets. You're 6-7 games out of the Nuggets, right? I don't see the Lakers catching. That's a lot of games. If we still had 70 games to play, then yes. But 26 games, right? You basically need to win 7 or 8 more games, because if you finish with the same record, then they get the nod because they have the tiebreaker. So you'd basically have to win 8 more games than the Denver Nuggets the rest of the way. That's really tough to do when you're this far behind the 8 ball. But I don't care about that. I care about them just get to the postseason. Don't be a play-in team. Get to the postseason and trust LeBron James and Anthony Davis take you to the promised land. We went to the conference finals with LeBron James needing foot surgery, Anthony Davis playing on one leg, and D'Angelo Russell playing on one leg. Imagine what we could do with everybody healthy, this depth, this current roster, and the way we've been able to see this team play. I will take my chances against any team in the league. Denver is the one team that concerns me, but they're not unbeatable. They're not that good. They're not, Kevin Durant with the Warriors, where it's just like you're hoping that the team falls apart for you to win. I think that the Lakers have enough talent to hoist the Larry O'Brien trophy. LeBron James and Anthony Davis healthy in the postseason are going to be able to pick up a lot. They're going to elevate their game. They're going to be in good shape. I don't, you get to that 6th seed and you let the chips fall where they may. If the Lakers end up in the 7th or 8th seed, I still think they get in the postseason. I think that they'll be fine. You could almost make the argument, right? You'd almost rather play, because right now the way it's shaped up, I mean, you could end up playing the Clippers in the first round. I do think the Lakers can beat the Clippers, but do you really want to play the Clippers or the Nuggets in the first round? Probably not. You probably want to play those two teams in like the second round, so you've kind of gotten through your hiccups, you've kind of gotten through all of your little kinks and inconsistencies, and you kind of have righted the ship, and now you know what you need to do to win a series, especially for some of the guys that haven't really been there or haven't been there heavily, right? So I would prefer to play somebody like, maybe like a Thunder or a Minnesota that don't really have the experience, that aren't really tough matchups for the Lakers, that the Lakers maybe even have advantages over. I would prefer that, but hey, you get into the postseason, you got to go through these teams anyway. So if you got to play Denver in the first round, or you got to play Clippers in the first round or whatever, if you're not going to beat them and you lose to them, then guess what? You weren't winning the championship anyway. So get into the postseason, do your job, and go win. Let's go win this championship. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Do you think 45 wins is the magic number? Do you think that they're going to need to win more? Do you think that they maybe could win a little less? I've been talking heavily about 45 wins, and I just kind of wanted to show the comparison and kind of break it down a little more, rather than me just like randomly in videos being like 45 wins is what I think they need. But anyway, again, love to hear your thoughts and opinions, so let me know. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.